Hi and welcome to the Resources Roadhouse. I'm Wally Graham and I'm at the 2026 RIU Explorers Conference in Fremantle, catching up with Duncan Chessell of Altitude Minerals. Okay, Duncan, Altitude Minerals are pretty much a new kid on the block, but you've been around that block a few times. So you've got this new company, Altitude, with some new projects too. Fill us in on the projects. Where are they and what are they?
Yeah, Wally. Altitude Minerals, previously Copper Search, we changed the name in July last year. We had a sort of single commodity focus with that. Now, to reflect that broader view of gold, silver and copper, we've moved it to Altitude Minerals, and we've taken a bit of a different approach. We've gone out and project generated and made quite a few acquisitions last year. And our two primary projects we're focusing on this year is our Byruck project in the Macquarie Arc, where we had some interesting results we just announced, where we've got a conceptual play for a potential new porphyry cluster system, like a North Parkes, which is a large copper-gold porphyry system. And we're also in Nevada looking at some epithermal gold-silver targets there, where we're about to go and drill on the Ferenz project, which is looks awesome. We've got super high grade, multi-ounce silver, multi-ounce gold rock chips, a preserved epithermal system on a hillside that's never been drilled. It was in a wilderness study area from 1980. I think they originally put the boundary in the wrong place, and it took them a long time to get around to changing that. A project generator group out of Canada had been sitting there watching. They grabbed it 18 months ago, and then they on-sold it to us, and we finished that acquisition in November. First drill program coming up soon, but 1,000 metres of epithermal gold and silver veins that are mineralised at surface, preserved system, disappears under shallow cover, so some exploration upside there. A lot of drilling coming up this year, and really interesting.
So the drilling you say you got coming up, that's at Nevada?
And also in New South Wales.
Okay. Yeah. So in the lead up to those drilling programs, what have you done to bring these projects to where they are?
Yeah, great question. So the work we've done on, say, the one at Byruck in the Macquarie Arc, the copper gold porphyry, we went and did a lot of gravity, new air mag collected. We did some passive seismic to define where the pencil porphyry-like bodies were, and we did some air core program. So we've drilled those, results just came in, we're in the right rocks, we've got the right alteration, we've got the pathfinder elements you'd expect in an air core program, and then now we know where to follow up with some deeper RC. So we're really lucky, it's quite shallow, not like a lot of the porphyries in other areas where there's a deeper cover. We're sort of 20 to 50 metres of cover, and that means we can RC drill it, which is a much cheaper and faster way to drill. So whereas on the Nevada project, finished the acquisition in November, we've done a CSAMT survey, which is a geophysics survey which maps the resistivity below the surface, which is where the veins of mineralisation can be associated with quartz, and that'll help us define our drill targets. So we're just putting that into 3D now, and we'll be reporting that to the market before the end of the month with our high priority targets. But on the surface we've got the veins, we've went out and mapped those, alteration mapping, where is the best metal zonation, and the epithermal system's really interesting. Have a little bit more mercury at the top of them, then they go sort of silver gold, and then base metals. We're up in the silver mercury zone, so we know that the system is preserved, so we can drill test just underneath that outcropping high-grade silver, and I'm talking 1,800 grams per tonne, so multi-ounce silver at surface. Get underneath that, drill test it at 100 and 200 metres below surface with RC again, and we'll see what the width and extent and so on of it is. So absolutely never been drilled though, so really
exciting.
Yeah, it's got a lot of eyes on it.
Yeah. All right, well that's very, very interesting. It means, it really just means we can anticipate quite a good news flow coming out from the drilling results. Because you'll have a lot of them to talk about, and hopefully you'll be telling us that they're doing all the right things.
Of course, we all hope that it tells us the right things, Wally. But it is exploration, still early stage on both projects, but a lot of upside and in great jurisdictions. I mean, Nevada's ranked number 2 by the Fraser Institute. Year-round access, no heritage to worry about, interstate highways within a few kilometres of the actual property. It's kind of like West Australia on steroids at the moment in Nevada. It's really good jurisdiction. New South Wales, we're also in what I call the Goldilocks zone there. We're not too close to town or the coast. We're a few hundred k's inland. We're not way out west where there's where we are is freehold land, so native title's been extinguished. There are some registered sites where you don't want to drill, but there's you don't need a native title agreement, so you can go out and do your exploration. You don't have to do heritage clearances. So in a really good sweet spot there in New South Wales. Some areas of New South Wales are difficult, and some areas are quite good. So we're in that zone. But I mean, if we're able to define a new copper porphyry cluster, like a North Parks sort of thing, in the Byrock project, and prove our northwest extension of the Macquarie Arc goes undercover there, hasn't been tested properly before, then that's a total game changer.
I was just just while you're talking, this is a really nice project to be now kicking off, because it's just got all that potential there to sort of explode, for want of a better term.
Absolutely. No, it looks good.
All right, terrific. Oh well, you know the story, Duncan. Keep us up to date. Let us know what's going on, and we'll tell everybody here.
Okay.
All right,
mate.
Wally. Good to see you.
Thank you.